Hey guys, if you've watched my universal raw workflow, then you'll know that one of the steps that I suggest you do once you've finished all the other stuff with your post processing is to tidy up the image. This is when you take a last look at the photo before committing to an export and you cast your eye around the scene, look at the frame, and just consider if there's some stuff that you could take away from that that would improve the photo. And it's something along those lines that Adobe clearly had in their mind with the latest addition to Photoshop, which is a greatly expanded distraction removal tool. So what we're going to do is take a look at it. I've picked out some photographs. I'm going to show you how it works and what kind of results you can expect when using this rather awesome new AI tool. If you enjoy this sort of content, please do remember to give the video a like and consider subscribing to my channel for more photo, video, and drone related content like this. Yes, legends. Adobe have just added this particular feature to the Photoshop beta. If you're on the photography plan, you do, of course, get access to the full production release version of Photoshop and the beta version. Just fire up Creative Cloud and look in the app section and you'll find the beta version. So install that first. So here's the image I'm going to be working on first. I've got quite a few stacked up in the background here, but let me show you firstly how it works. To begin with, you've got to select the remove tool. Hit the J key on your keyboard if you like for a shortcut, and then you come up to the top here where it says find distractions, and you'll find a new section in here which is general distractions. I'm going to click the find button. I've also got the create new layer option selected here, which gives us some flexibility I'm going to go to in a second. What you can see on the screen is what the machine learning has decided is a distraction in this image. What's taking away from the shot? We've got spots and dust and vegetation. So if I click on spots and dust, you can see that those blue sections here, and vegetation is all that crap down at the bottom of the screen. I have to say, I wholeheartedly agree with Photoshop on this occasion. They are a distraction. So click the tick, set the processing in motion, and here is the resulting image. And I'm sure we can all agree that is indeed greatly improved by the removal of all that crap in the shot. So as you can see, I've got it on a new layer here. I've got remove tool edit, so I can cycle them on and off, and you can see just how big an improvement it's actually made. We've got this beautiful clean image now of this bird wading in the river here with none of the crap, but notice that the machine learning has left behind some of these nice little water ripples. Now I've got some other examples here. Let's click over to the next one, and with all of these subsequent shots, I'm going to show you first the finished article once it's removed the stuff it thinks is a distraction. We've got a nice clean silhouetted beach shot here. Let me show you what it decided was distraction. And I think I agree again that it's greatly improved. Here you can see we've got this kind of line in the sand here, various bits of detritus, a bit of seaweed or something on the beach there. All's been cleaned up. I've also got some dots in the background. So I've got a nice big pano here down at one of my local beaches. Yep. That's right on my doorstep. How lucky am I? A place called Jervis Bay, if you want to look it up. I was really interested in what Photoshop would decide was a distraction in this particular case. I thought it might remove all of this kind of beach stuff, detritus, maybe the lines on the beach. But actually, all it did was take away some of the larger clumps of seaweed on the sand here. So that's what it was like before, and that's after. Incidentally, if you're wondering, it's done quite a high-res job and retained the grain and pasta. If we come down here, zoomed in to about 200 or 300%, and look at the sand after it's taken away the seaweed here, you can see you really can't notice the edges. This was always the issue with these generative removal jobs in the past, that you could spot where there were where they've been taken out. We're in the next generation of this technology now, and you really can't see it. So here's a drone shot I took, and you might be surprised at what's been removed from this one. Now, I must add that I didn't just use the general distractions tool on this one. I also used the poles and wires. So here's what was taken out. You can see we've got a stick poking out of the wall here, and we've got the telegraph wire going across the edge of the river there and the pole. Now, this one was quite an interesting job because I thought that the AI went way too far in deciding what was a distraction in this shot. When I did it originally, it took out the Australian flags on the top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. How dare you, Adobe? And also removed some nice chimneys. It removed the rooftop of the building here. All sorts of stuff that I didn't think should have been taken out. But if you tick that new layer option when it's doing these removals, you can just add a mask and paint anything back in. So let me show you what it looked like before. As you can see, it's a nice city scene, but it is pretty cluttered. We've got the buses here, all the people on the street. We've got these street restaurant cafe umbrellas and stuff going on. We've got this vegetation lamppost pinging on the bottom right in the frame. We've got some weird vegetation over on the right here. And so when we remove them, it looks like that. Nice clean scene. We haven't taken everything out. We've still got some cars, still got the bus. Looks pretty good to me. Let's try another one. Last one. This is one of the country lanes down near where I live. Quite an extensive removal job on this one. Here's what was taken out. So we've got the stuff on the road here, some old road markings. I think that's the speed limit. We've got the sign here, the fence here. I also removed some of the poles under general distractions, and then I went in afterwards and removed some more myself. So this is what it looked like before, and here's after. And you can see it's even cleaned up some of the potholes in the road. Bloody council can't fix the sodding roads, but Adobe are on the case. I'm not convinced I like everything that's been removed from this. I quite like the fence. I quite like the sign. That's why we mask it. If I click on this and click the mask button, select black as my color and check B for the brush, I can just paint it all back in. So anything that was removed, I can say, no, I quite like that. And I quite like this sign back as well. Let's get all of that. Make sure everything is back in place. So it's pretty flexible, as you can see. Once you've got it on a layer, you don't have to commit it to the baseline. Just make a mask, paint over the bits you want to add back in. So there you go. What do you know? An actually useful application of AI machine learning technology. A little way of polishing your photographs before you export them and upload them or print them. Really nice little feature. One I'm definitely going to be using in the future because it was picking up on stuff that I hadn't really noticed. You get a kind of photo blindness if you've been staring at a photo for too long and you just don't notice these things sometimes. So it's really useful to have this, pick up these distractions and remove them. And as you've seen from the example shots, a really nice high resolution too, with none of the prior patina or border issues that we got with the previous generation of generative remove. Anyway, that'll do us for this little look at this beta version of Adobe Photoshop and the distraction removal tool. If you enjoyed this video, do please give it a like, consider subscribing to my channel. And if you want to support this kind of shill-free independent content, then consider signing up with either my Patreon or Substack communities. Links in the description. Till the next time, guys. Ta-ta.